Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Andy. I was checking through my logs. I haven't actually updated any of my YouTube channel in some time, which means I'm falling a bit behind my original intention, which was kind of one upload per week. I think given now that I'm spending a bit more time in the evenings playing with Blender, what I might do is do larger uploads like once a month. I'll try and keep the development logs going, but yeah, falling a bit behind. Obviously Christmas, New Year's, and with all this COVID craziness going on out there, I genuinely hope everyone's okay, everyone's being safe, and just not being idiots, really. You can see on the news that people going out and protesting outside of hospitals, claiming that COVID isn't real. Well, that's basically an idiot doing that. But anyway, back to off the political stand and telling people off. This is essentially what I've been doing recently. I've been playing with Booleans and Arrays and some modifiers, and what I've been trying to do is build my own lightsabers. It's something I've always wanted to do. So yeah, what the challenge was every night spend about an hour just playing with the shapes, starting from scratch, and just building one from go. I do have a video in the works which showcases all the lightsabers, but what you can see here is version 5, which is perhaps the better one of the 5. Quite chuffed with the blade on that one. I think that's turned out really quite well. The texturing, ironically, building these lightsabers for 1 hour. That was obviously without texturing and without any of the fancy animations. Doing that in about an hour was actually quite straightforward. It was quite easy. Getting the texturing, that's taken a couple of weeks because I could never really settle on a shape. In fact, if I slow that up now, take it out of video mode, I can go in and have a quick look at what we've got here. So what we've got is really quite... It starts life really as a very simple cylinder, or a couple of cylinders, and then what we do is just boolean the hell out of it and scale it and drag it and scale it, extrude, put extra bits in an array and boolean again. The blade itself is really just a simple cone which I've extruded, but let's go to shading. We can show this in a bit more detail if it'll let me. Why is it not letting me? Oh, that's a bit weird. Oh, it is letting me. There we go. Well, that's part of the blade. That's not the clever bit. There we go. So it's a bit more complicated. What I'll do is I'll spend a bit of time trying to explain how this works. It's actually based on a tutorial, and I've just modified quite a lot of it. You can see they're actually dislocated some bits, so some bits just didn't look right. But if I put that on, gives the... Let's turn that off. Has this effect here. In fact, let's turn EV on, give it a bit of glow. There we go. So it doesn't look like a proper traditional lightsaber in that it's a solid beam. It's kind of a broken beam, which is an effect I quite like, actually. Kind of Kylo Ren style-y lightsaber there. Let's have a look at one of the others. Quick show and tell. For version 4, yeah, I don't want to change anything there. That'll do its job. So this is number 4. Also quite impressed by this one. Quite impressed. There we go. Get rid of the blade. A friend of mine basically challenged me to make an evil lightsaber, and this is kind of what I came up with. Obviously, it's a cruder shape than number 5. By number 5, I was getting really used to the options there to boolean it, and but on this one, I've modified the texture so it's not like a solid metal beam anymore. It's got this slight detailing going on, which I think that's quite a cool little feature. And I can zoom out. Don't want to get too close to it. Yeah, and the blades around here, these were just arrayed, so I just made one, arrayed it. A couple of goes there. So yeah, I mean, it was a case of each night spend an hour just building these, just to see how quickly I could put them together after several practice goes, and you get your basic shape quite quickly. So I've got a video, as I say, I've got a video in the works which showcases all of this. All my lightsabers, most of the lightsabers I've uploaded to ArtStation, Twitter and Instagram, so I'll leave links for those in the description below. Keep an eye out as well, because there's a better video showing this, and I've also got a sped up version of the process on how to actually do that. But as I say, yeah, 1 hour an evening just to build it. Putting the textures in, that's taken a couple of weeks. So it's just to show you the craziness that's going on here. That's the non-glow. Yeah, it's a very simple, I say very simple setup with some bump and all sorts going on in there. Some glare and glow, and in fact, if I zoom in, you can see what we've been doing around here. Oops, go out a bit there. Let's make that something crazy. Let's zoom in. Let's make that so you can see a bit clearer. There we go. Well, that's not much clearer, but let's go crazy. Let's make it really stand out. So actually, that's not too bad. Oh, it looks a bit crazy now around these emitter parts. But that just gives you an idea as to what's going on in there. Let's turn that down to 10, and if we zoom in on the actual structure itself, you can see there's some of the texturing around it. Gives it more of a rough look, which I quite like for this one. Jedi lightsabers tend to be very sleek and very smooth, and this one I intended to make a very rough, kind of an almost evil look to it. And I think that's come out quite well, actually. Let's just take you around here. Yeah, I was trying to get a chrome effect on here. If we zoom in, you can just about see there are very thin lines there. That's just little details like that which help it along a little bit. So the ground, let's see if this is turned on. Let's turn that up. You can see here that essentially what I've got is I've got one very simple template for this effect. And what I do is I just modify the hell out of it so that I get the final effect that I want. So it's a changing in bump and colours, strength of emission. You can even go down here, and if I pump that up a little bit, and where's the roughness, turn that down, you get this really very cool reflection. Let's hope that peels them. Yeah, that's worked quite nicely. So you can see the blade reflected off it, and because it's got this bump and this distortion, it's not quite a clean reflection. It's kind of a bumpy reflection. I quite like that effect. And if I turn the blade back on, so I just need to press that. There we go. That's worked out quite nicely. Switch it to even beware. This will go very, very bright very quickly. Actually, that's not too bad. Obviously, you lose the reflection in Eevee mode. So let's turn that back to that one. So yeah, that's essentially what I've been working on, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun putting these blades together. As I say, it's all uploaded, links below, and video in the works. So hopefully that'll come out in the next week, maybe 2 weeks, when I get a chance. As I say, I don't get much chance to play on this, the day job, and a couple of kids racing around. So I'll keep you updated, and yeah, please do subscribe, and if you've enjoyed listening and what you've seen so far, please do give it a like and subscribe, and tell your friends if you're that way inclined. If you do, you're awesome. So thanks very much, and really do, guys, just take care out there. Take it easy. Don't be silly. Just be careful. The rules are kind of there. I'm going on my soapbox again, but really just take care of each other, and don't be a dick. So until next time, this is Andy, and take care.